Hello guys, welcome to Commerce Adda online classes, the most awaited course of the business statistics. We are starting today with a video series. This course is titled as an Zero to Hero free course on a business statistics. I made a title as intentionally Zero to Hero because in the YouTube or else anywhere, no one is covering as part of our syllabus from the beginning to end as part of our syllabus, because every subject is an unlimited, right? So we need to restrict ourselves, or we need to limit ourselves with our scope. So in this video I am going to do that. What do you mean by statistics? That is ABC of the statistics to XYZ. Like that I'm going to do XYZ of our syllabus. Those who didn't subscribe to my channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon for more live notifications regarding whenever I upload a video. And please follow me in an Academy Learning app. Please follow me in an Academy Learning app. The link is given in the description. Join in my Telegram group. The link is also given in the description. So why you need to join in my Telegram group? I am teaching in an Academy Learning app also. Whenever there is a session in an Academy Learning, so many free sessions will be there for the UGC net. Whenever there is a session, then you will get update in my Telegram channel. And please follow me in an Academy Learning app and join in the Telegram group for this. If you want, then only join, because if you are interested, then only join. Just joining in the group will not give a sense. Listening to those live lectures which are for free will give a value addition to your preparation process. Now this is the lecture number 1 of the business statistics that I am starting today, which will be covering, let me tell you about the whole structure, how it is going to be. This video series is useful for the UGC NET Commerce and Management paper 2, and this is also the same syllabus is there in the BCom, the same syllabus is there in the MCom, MBA and BBA, other courses wherever the statistics or quantitative techniques is a part of your syllabus. This video series is useful for you people also. It is not just restricted with the commerce and management. That is why I wanted to cover extensively with a clear-cut problems wherever necessary. Done. Now this is the lecture number 1 that I am starting today. The videos gets uploaded on a one playlist only, as a lecture number 1, lecture number 2, lecture number 3 only. So please try to have a playlist in your YouTube account. Let us start the statistics. First, let me ask ourselves, let me ask yourself, or let me ask myself the questions. What questions you need to ask? The questions in India or else in any economy in the world, any economy, there is a concept called GDP. There is a concept called GDP, gross domestic product. There is a concept called national income. There is a concept called census or a population or indexes. Census and a population indexes, innovation indexes, environmental indexes. These many indexes were releasing on a day-to-day basis. We are also reading so many indexes and so many measurements which will be released by the government of India. How they will calculate a national income, how they will calculate the GDP. Did you have this question in your mind? Then if you have this question, how this entire mechanism will work, if you have these questions in your mind, then answer will be only one thing, that is what we call it as in statistics. So statistics is not just a theoretical portion, it is more of a real time or real life oriented concept, real time oriented, which we are using on a daily basis through a various government reports. So in such case, why we are feeling it as a theory portion where formulas are required? It is not at all a mathematics. So why we are thinking as it as a mathematics? No. So let us simplify those by linking our theoretical concept with a practical real life example. Then the subject will be retained in your mind for a longer period of time easily. So what do you mean by business statistics? The word indicating. The word business statistics indicating. I hope it is visible. I'm zooming it. What do you mean by business? In every business, a business wanted to know about a real world to make a good business decisions. Correct or not? Always decisions will make your business will grow like anything. That is the main important thing. So if at all you want to take good decision, which are rational decision, then you need to help. You need a help of some other concepts also, which is an analysis concept. How you make an analysis? Whether it is in mathematics will help you to take business decisions, whether it is in probability, whether it is in science will help you. Which subject will help you to make good decisions? The one and only which is linking all other mathematics, a probability, a science under one roof is called as in statistics. So statistics is surrounded by method, surrounded by a structure of method of observing and saying the things about a real world without relying on the theories, and without relying on the theories about the how world will work. So we are not going to read theories in the statistics, because theory is other subjects arena, but statistics is something different from others, where we are going to see real life, where we are going to see real life application of the concept. Mathematics, we are having abstract system. This is not about a real world. Both mathematics is more of formulas and everything will be there, where we are not going to use in real life. And probability is something where we are going to make a decision, we will estimate it. That is what we call it as a probability. So here one concept will arise, the real world, which statistics assume we can only learn about through observation and measurement. A qualitative content may not be measurable, but in the statistics, qualitative things also can be converted into a quantitative, and we can measure them, we can take a business decisions also. What is this qualitative aspects? You are having an beauty and handsome, these things are we are saying. But can we convert these into the numerical form? Yes, possible. Qualitative aspects can be converted into a quantitative aspects in the statistics only by using a various tools. After the conversion, we will do the analysis, we will do the interpretation, we will take the conclusion. Then obviously all are linking with the one concept called statistics. Under the statistics, it is linked with the mathematics, it is taking a help of science, it is taking up other subjects also into consideration, then making one structurized decision. So this is how a business statistics definition will be. A general definition that I gave, but a theoretical definition that I will look into now, which is a simplified version. If you look at the text, business statistics, like many areas of the study, has its own language. Like mathematics is having its own language, commerce is having its own language, and international business is having its own language. Like that, business statistics is also having their own language. It is important to begin our study with the introduction of some basic concepts in order to understand and communicate about the subject. Like terminology is important for any subject. If you don't understand the terminology with related to that subject, you are failed to understand the concept in that subject. That is why where we are feeling a difficulty. No, it is very hectic subject, it is a theory portion, it is a problematic portion, I don't come across this, like we are facing a difficulty. So let us fully stop those difficulties, let us link the concept according to their own language. Now the definition, one of the definition looks like this, which is given by a Webster's Third New International Dictionary is giving this definition. The word statistics is having different meanings in our culture. Statistics as a science dealing with the collection, dealing with the analysis, interpretation, presentation of the numerical data. That means every qualitative aspects can be converted into a quantitative, and making a collection, analysis, interpretation and presentation of those numerical data which is converted, or else if it is directly available in the numerical form, then you can take analysis and interpretation, presentation also. So viewed from this perspective, statistics includes all the topic presented in this text. One thing I wanted to say, which is important, statistics is not a part of the mathematics. It is not a part of the mathematics. We are thinking that it is coming under the mathematics only. No, actually, it is own field. It is a separate discipline. independent of the maths and other fields also. It is independent of the maths and other fields. It does not make use of the mathematics. Sorry, it does make use of the mathematics, but it is not a part of the mathematics. Like we will take the help of the mathematics, some formulas we will be getting from the mathematics only, but not actually, it is not a sub part of the mathematics. So statistics is a different subject, different discipline. It is having its own significance. We will be using mathematics in our statistics, but not actually it is a part of the mathematics. So it has important to the science, engineering and business models of the world and probability. These are the so many subjects which are directly linked with the statistics, where we are taking the help of other subjects to make you understand the statistics. Now, the third definition, if we can understand, statistics is a tool in the hand of a mankind to translate a complex facts into a simple understandable statement of the facts. What does it mean? Complex facts into a simple understandable facts. Simple understandable statement of how you can convert this. We are having a GDP, gross national product, national income, other indexes were there. Those were there. After putting so much effort and analysis and interpretation and presentation of the entire numerical data, whatever they collected, they are converting a complex raw facts into a purified version, called as an understandable statement of the facts. So in this process, what is going on? Complex facts will be a raw data. Complex facts will be a raw data. With the help of the statistics, the production will take place. The process, in those process, what they will do? Collect the data, raw data, analysis, interpretation and presenting is called as an last task, that is a conclusion task. Then it will become a simple understandable statement of the facts. So this is how we are going to use the statistics in our daily life. In our if you open one day newspaper, if you open every day, one index will come. Environmental index, higher education indexes, GDP, our India, where our India's rank in all those indexes, we will see it and we will learn those indexes. But we are failed to recognize what is the background scenarios, what is the background calculation to give those ranking. So background calculations are statistics only. So it is basically a collection of methods used to collect, organize and present and analyze the interpretation of to make the decisions. Now what do you mean by collection? We are saying it includes a collection, organizing, analysis and interpretation. Then what does each term meaning is? It refers to a gathering of information or a data. Now if at all I wanted to know my country's population and census, how many are females, how many are males and how many are employed, how many are unemployed, I wanted to know these details. What I need to do? I need to get a data from the census of India. That is called as a raw data, that every government will send one person, they will come onto our home and they will take our data, they will submit to the government departments. What the government department, once they got all 121 or 130 crore people data, then they will do the process of analyzing or organizing those collected data into a usable form. Now we collected data about a population of various governments, collected data of various states people. What they will do? They will take all states population data which they collected and they will organize according to the state or according to the male and female gender basis. They will classify. Those classification and everything is called as an organization of the data. Presentation involves summarizing the data, information in textual, graphical and tabular forms, everything. Some raw data, this is a raw data which is collected into a second version. Some more updated version is called as an organized. Putting all the facts or putting all collected data into a various groups or categories. Summarizing. Now after summarizing, is it enough to conclude everything? No, not actually. Then we need to go for the analysis. We have categorized everything in organization. We have taken a graphical representation. We have taken a tabular forms. Now we need to analyze those tabular forms. What conclusion that we can draw? But how to analyze? Just on isolation we can't analyze. By using a statistical method like ANOVA, chi-square test, hypothesis testing, t-test, z-test, f-test, various tests you will be seeing in your syllabus. Those are the statistical methods that we will perform, like correlation and regression also. We will perform in the analysis stage. Those methods will be used in this analysis stage, and with those methods we will analyze the whatever organized data in the second step. After applying these methods, then we will get some more purified information. Now this is a third version. This is Robo Normal 0, Robo 2.0, and this is Robo 2.1, or else Robo 3.1, 3.0 we can say. Now interpretation. Interpretation is nothing but refers to the process of making a conclusion based on the analyzed data. Now you applied a various statistical method, ANOVA, you applied everything you applied. Now you got some more purified form. From that you need to take some conclusion. Yes, India is ranking on the 11 in this index. India is ranking on number 1 in this population index. India is ranking on number 2 in this ease of doing business index or innovation index. Like that we can come to a conclusion and we can give a report on our perception. This is how 4 stages: collection, organizing, analysis and interpretation. Simple. Now next part is, there are two main ways to divide the statistics. There are two variety of ways. One is descriptive statistics, second one is inferential statistics. Descriptive, inferential statistics. Let us create a clear-cut thin line difference between the both statistics. One question may be expecting on this. Now what do you mean by descriptive? Descriptive is a method. Sorry, let me rub this. Descriptive is a method of summarizing the data, and summarizes usually consist of a graphs and numerical summaries of the data. Now sir, you wanted to refer, this is called as an collection and organizing. Yes, you are on right track. Your mind is thinking about a collection and organization, then that will be called as an descriptive statistics. Then what does it mean by inferential statistics? Don't worry, I will be giving each and every point clear-cut distinction with an example. Don't worry. Let me define first what do you mean by descriptive. So this is a method of summarizing the data, whereas inferential is a part of taking a task of making a conclusion from the summarized and analyzed data, making a conclusions or drawing a conclusion and taking a decisions based on the sample information. Now the distinction between the both, you will find a difference now. It gives, the descriptive statistics will give description, or we can say it focus on the collection, presentation and characterization about the sample. Characterization about the sample that we have taken. From the whole population we have taken a sample. Now from that sample we are trying to analyze it. We are trying to organize in a categorical form, that is organizing, and we are using a tables and figures etc to analyze and to get some conclusion over it. So those tasks till the collection until organizing and presentation of the data is called as an descriptive statistics. Then inferential statistics helps to predict and estimate the possible characteristics of the population from the sample data drawn from the population. Means the statistics, inferential is a conclusion version, drawing a conclusion from the whole previous steps. This is an collection and organizing and presenting the facts. Organizing and presenting means analysis. Sorry, let me put it as analysis. Now this is what we call it as an collecting, organizing and analyzing. Till that it is called as a descriptive. Now whenever you will apply the statistical method in this analysis and drawing a conclusion from that, it is called as an inferential statistics. Now descriptive statistics only describes some certain characteristics of the data, because it is just a beginning until a middle process, started in the collection of the data and ending at a analyzing or before applying a statistical methods. So it will tell you only some characteristics, whereas inferential statistics deeply analyzes the statistical data and observation. exact conclusion that you will derive from the inferential statistics only. Now, before going for the next thing, let me provide the example of the descriptive. Information in the newspaper, information in the magazines, company reports are called as descriptive statistics. You are collecting a data and frequency of a variable, how much these variables are repeating in nature, population of the country. This is called as a simple definition of the descriptive statistics. Then what do you mean by inferential statistics? Grades are a percentile of the score. How you arrive at a grades? This is a grade is a conclusion from the raw facts to organizing. After analyzing, applying so many statistical method, you might have been given a grading. So that means it is an last ending process. Inferential is an ending or conclusion task only, whereas descriptive is an total series of process till analysis. Now, statistical method is also coming under application of the methods is also coming under the analysis, but that those methods are called as an application of those statistical method is called as an inferential statistics. Why we will apply to draw a conclusion? So this is what the major difference between the inferential and descriptive statistics. Third one, if you look at descriptive statistics, help in dealing with the central tendency and spread of the frequency distribution. Central tendency, that we will look into it. I don't want to confuse you now. What do you mean by central tendency? What do you mean by frequency distribution? I don't want to confuse about this much. Let us take this third point in both aspects at a later stage. Now, descriptive statistics can be measured either numerically or graphically in any form, because organizing can be done in tabular or as graphical representation. It may be in a figure form, it may be any other. Like numerical also we can represent. Numerical is nothing but mean, median, mode is called as a numerical form of the descriptive statistics. Now, inferential statistics cannot be always measured in the exact numbers. Like we can't say if we compare with the numbers, then we can say in numbers the conclusion. If you don't compare in a numbers, then conclusion also will be an qualitative form, which is not in number. Obviously, that is why conclusion may not be always in a numerical form or exact number. There will be no true zero. And descriptive statistics help to produce error-free results. It will produce error-free results as it deals with a small population. Error-free results, it deals with a small population only. Small population is nothing but a sample. Inferential statistics may not be producing error-free results as it takes the whole population for drawing a conclusion. That means inferential statistics, whenever they are concluding, this is descriptive only you worked out with respect to sample. But whereas inferential statistics, you are concluding based on the whole population, even though you analyzed only sample. But conclusion will be respect to whole population or not. Based on the sample only, you are going to make a conclusion. In such a case, you are giving a conclusion about overall population or not. You are giving a conclusion about overall population. That is why it is called as an inferential statistics. It may not be producing an error-free result. Errors might occur in the inferential, whereas in the descriptive, errors might not occur, because it reads it or it takes into account only the sample, and here in the inferential it will take into account whole population for drawing a conclusion. Like if I put it in the example form, about this fifth point, the census takes into account, wait, let me change the color, population. Now, India is the second largest country in the world with respect to the population. How this second rank has been given? By taking some samples into consideration, and then only they analyzed and interpreted, and they came to one conclusion. This is a study of sample only, just a sample. Whereas inferential, you are studying that sample, and these samples you are taking into consideration, taking into consideration and applying a various statistical methods, finalizing or concluding over here. Conclusion that India is a second rank in the world with respect to population. This rank has been assigned. How you assign? Whether you are thinking about the whole population or with respect to only that sample, it is a world second. Not with respect to only that sample, the India is world second in point of view of the population. You have taken based on that sample, you understood, you estimated about the whole population. That is what we call it as an inferential statistics. Drawing a conclusion in the descriptive statistics is limited within the given data only. That is what sample. We cannot make conclusion beyond the given data. Whereas here inferential statistics is unlimited. Educated predictions or guesses can be made on the basis of a parameters of a given population. This is about a population, this is about a sample. That is why this is having a restriction with respect to the analysis or conclusion. This is having a conclusion restriction is unlimited. That means there will be no restriction. We can go beyond the data also, because it is speaking about whole population. I think I am clear with the inferential and descriptive statistics, right? Now let us see some more chart, one simple chart which is speaking about a descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. This is a descriptive statistics you can look at, and these are inferential statistics. Under the whole of our syllabus, if you look at descriptive statistics, will be having these methods, total methods, and inferential statistics will be having the use of this. Now let us simplify by understanding one by one. Where are the data points relative to other? By comparing to other, if at all you want to identify the data point, then you will use the methods called positional methods, which are quartile rank and percentile rank. This is one of the descriptive statistics. What are the most common points? If at all you want to identify? You need a help of central tendency. So each and everything I will discuss in detail, but as of now I am trying to make you understand difference between the descriptive and inferential. Here central tendencies of mean, median, mode, as I discussed earlier in that box also. It is speaking about a quantitative or numerical data, which is a mean, median and mode. And how often data points happen, the frequency that you need to understand. Here we understood first one, position, where the data points were relative to other, and here common data points we understood. Now what are the data points that can happen repeatedly, the frequency of the repetition. So that is counts and percents will be the one of the method. Now what do the spread of the scores look like? That means spread is nothing but dispersion, the difference is nothing but a variance, a standard deviation, a range. These are the three things that we will use in the descriptive. So now you came to a conclusion that under the descriptive statistics, these many were there to make a conclusion. These many are using. Now inferential statistics, it is somehow drawing a conclusion from the population. How do I prove a theory I have about my data behavior? How do I prove a theory? Then you will go for the hypothesis testing. You will make an predictions by using a z-test, t-test, chi-square test, various tests will be there. Now how can I use my sample to make predictions about the population? That is what I told you. We are taking a sample and making a conclusion based on the sample only, but it is referring, the conclusion will be for not only for the sample, the conclusion is for about whole population. So those estimations can be of parameters and confidence levels, where you will be using these things in the inferential statistics. With this, we completed one of the basic concepts, types, differential and inferential statistics, and the definition of the statistics and steps. I hope this lecture number 1 is created some basic. Now in this lecture number 2, I will be concentrating on the importance of the statistics, that is scope and limitations of the statistics. Later on in the third video, I will be concentrating on the levels of measurement, which is the actual base will be started from the third video only. But these are the important things that you need to know. These are not much low importance. This is a basic level. We don't know actually. We don't know. Now let us understand this also, right? I hope you like the video. Now subscribe to the channel. If you didn't subscribe, then press the bell icon. If you are first time in my YouTube channel. Kindly share it to your friends. Comment, mainly comment it whether it is useful or not useful. Shall I make any improvisation, or else if you have any doubts, comment on the comment section. Kindly, thank you everyone, and bye. We'll meet you in the next video.